Alright guys, it's the hottest character in America. It's taken the world by storm. It's set off imaginations everywhere. What is it? It's Baby Yoda. And I'm going to show you how to draw him. Let's go. What's up fam, it's your boy DKG72, David Gordon here, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to draw Baby Yoda, and this is going to be a straight one-to-one tutorial. So basically everything that I do, I want you to do, and if you do what I do, you should end up with the Baby Yoda of your artistic dreams. Well, hopefully, and if not, well, this video's free, you didn't pay for it, so can't get your money back. Anyway, so let's get started. Alright guys, so when you're drawing Baby Yoda, the very first thing that you want to do is you want to kind of draw not a true oval, but more of this square oval with kind of a crown at the bottom. It sounds weird, but basically what you're doing is that you're allowing for the top of the forehead, the chin, and of course the sides of the face. After that, I went and drew my centering lines so that I knew where the eye lines would fall. And then I made sure I drew these big expressive eyes. What you want to do with Baby Yoda, you should want to draw the biggest, most expressive eyes you can. And you want to try and make them as cute as you possibly can too. Remember, I know he's of Yoda's species and everything, and they're kind of, you know, they get kind of old and wizened in the face, like at a very young age. But at the same time, this character has very, very, very large eyes. So you got to make sure that you draw those eyes as large and expressively as possible. So the very next thing that I did after that is I went on and made sure that I drew the ridge line for his brow. He doesn't have an actual eyebrow, if you notice, but it's kind of this ridge is the best way to put it. Now after I got done with the ridge, I went ahead and drew in his nose. Now his nose is a little pug nose, so I used like a nice little square oval. I don't know what else you call it, but it's kind of like a squarish oval, and just drew the nostrils right on top of it. And once you get done drawing his nose, you want to go ahead and draw his mouth. Now if you notice his mouth, because he's got the classic Yoda mouth, it comes down to a point and then it extends into these very, very large and super cute chubby cheeks. Everybody loves his super cute chubby cheeks. Now once you've drawn the super cute chubby cheeks, you can go back to the eyes and then draw in the big expressive eyeballs. And what you also want to do is you want to go ahead and draw the wrinkles above the top lip. Now here is what makes Baby Yoda, I think, and it's his big floppy ears. So imagine drawing a rabbit's ears, kind of a pointy spade like shape, but sticking out to the side. Make sure that you're sticking out to the right side. Make sure you got one sticking out to the left side. And once I got his ears in place, I went back and I really tried to fidget with his chin and his cheek. If you notice, I kind of cut in a little bit near the bottom of where his chin was at to make it a little bit more baby-like. And what I also did is where his forehead met his cheeks, I tried to really indicate that a little bit more, so I really tried to cut that in a little bit more. Just something to make him look more baby-like and less adult-like the adult Yoda. You want to make him look more baby-like and more cute. Now once you've gotten all of that taken care of, you want to go ahead and add in his ridges at the top of his forehead, and at that point you want to go ahead and draw at least his collar and his, I guess you would call it a little scarf. I think that's what it is. So his collar, which is kind of this fluffy turtleneck that he wears, and then a little scarf that hangs down in front. Now inking Baby Yoda is really cool because I use my brush pen from PENTEL. And for some reason, I just really wanted to use that brush pen. Now, I used the Tombow first for his eyes, but I went ahead and I decided to use the brush pen for the rest of Baby Yoda. And I think I really like that decision because I really got this nice, cool line. And besides having all of those beautiful thick and thin lines that I like, I was able to add a little bit more flavor and a little bit more personality. Make sure I put a little cute baggies under his eye. Make sure I accentuated his head ridges a little bit. And of course, coloring in his eyeballs was just, you know, throwing some black. All right, guys, now that I've gotten all of the ink lines done and I've gotten the pencils erased and ready to go, it's time to add my colors. Now, normally I don't go over all of the colors that I use because I'm normally just the best for just grabbing grabbing randomly a Copic marker and throwing it into the war, but I thought for this one, I might at least give you some ideas and some suggestions on which Copic markers to use. So, very first Copic marker that I used was this YG21 Anise. They call it Anise. Okay, Anise. Basically, it's a yellow green, and it really worked. It's more on the yellowish side, I would say. Right after that, I followed up with the YG23, and this is a new leaf green. Now, the other green that I use is the YG07, which is an acid green. It's actually a little bit darker than these other greens, so it worked just to create more shadow areas on Baby Yoda. So those were the greens that I used, but I also had an additional aid as well, which would be this Y13, which is the lemon yellow. What I did with the lemon yellow is I actually went over certain areas with the lemon yellow, and that created a nice transition from the bright white areas that I wanted to keep highlighted into the yellow green and into the green, and even helped with the transition from the yellow green into the other greens, which really just smoothed everything out. So for Baby Yoda's ears, I used basically two colors, and the very first was this EASEL. They call it Cotton Pearl. To me, it's just a beige, but it was really good for laying in the first level of colors. And then I went back over that with this R20, which is basically a blush color, or light pink in my opinion. That worked really well. It created a nice blend, and I think it really captured his ears, made them nice and floppy looking. It was perfect. Now for his turtleneck and his smock that he wore and his eyes, I used this E13, which is called a Sultan, a light Sultan. That's what it's called, light Sultan. So the E13 Copic marker, a light Sultan. That got the nice browns for his eyes, and then of course the nice browns for his turtleneck and I guess you call it a scarf. Now there were some other browns that I used, but they were kind of like my just choices I made because they were a little bit darker. I'll leave that up to you guys. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up and make sure that you share this all over the internet. And if you're new here, well, I like to say, hey, how's it going? Welcome. And hopefully you'll subscribe and become a member of our growing family. So we're growing rapidly. Let's get to 1,000 as soon as possible so we can go on to bigger and better things. That being said, I would like for all of you guys to hit the bell icon. That lets you know when I post up a new video. That way you don't have to worry about YouTube algorithms or anything like that. Even a tweet from me, you always know when my videos will be posted. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, hey, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at DKG72. You can follow me on TikTok and on my Facebook fan page, David Gordon 72. If you guys really like the channel, please feel free to check out my Patreon, DKG72 Makes Comics, and hopefully you'll subscribe. Now, all of the tools that I've been using, of course, are linked below. All of my books, all of everything is linked below. So please hit those links. They are affiliate links, and they help support the channel as well. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I'm done. I'm tired. It's time to get out of here. Peace.